Here's my best to you. Are your skies all gray? I hope they're blue. Let me sing my song to you. Pass on a smile and the rainbow to you. Hello again. Let's forget the past. Let the past forever be the past. Here's my hand. I'll say once more, hello.
Hello.
Hello again.
Yeah. Hello. Yes. Hello, everybody. Hello. So the incredible fact of the matter is that I just came out of my sickness here. I'm not feeling better at all, but I got to do a show. I missed two shows. This would be my third show missing, and I got the microphone right up into my hand here, literally talking to it in my hand, because I'm not going to pressure myself into doing anything I don't want to do. That's absolutely stupid. That'd be stupid of me to do that. Absolutely stupid. All these lights are flying all over the place on my mixer board here. Anyways, a lot of you are asking what's going on. We don't know what's going on. All we know is it was a negative COVID test. So if a negative COVID test means that I don't have COVID, that is absolutely wonderful. Other than that, we don't know what's going on with it. I positioned myself earlier in the show in this chair, and now my back is killing me. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's got to be something. Anyways, I'm going to try to adjust myself, because that's the only thing that I don't understand is wrong with this kind of thing going on with me, is that my aches and pains are horrible. I left TikTok videos up there on how I was feeling for the entire audience to hear me, and I don't even think you people want to go on TikTok. You can hear it in my voice, my sinuses, my breathing, everything is wrong with me. But that's the way it goes when you get a cold, I suppose. So the microphone that I have here is a Toner BM 700, and I'm talking into it for maybe the third time in my life. I don't even know how this thing works, but that's okay. Have it held up to me so that if I move around, I can hear myself like talking into a regular microphone almost, but I got to talk into the side of it. So we are here to define what we're doing. And why is my computer going off? I don't know. What happened to me is a mystery. We don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I have made it so that it is not my worry about what happened. I don't want to know, actually. But I do know whatever happened. If it was the coronavirus and it was a false negative, if it was a mystery virus, or whatever, these conspiracies are going around now about me, talking about the virus, talking about things in the news, and all of a sudden I get sick. It's a huge conspiracy, and it's something huge to go by. It's something to pay attention to. I really shouldn't be smoking, but trying to get back into my regular habits here, which is very hard at the time because I can't figure the stuff out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here and hope to God this show goes well. I'm almost 2 minutes into the show here. We don't know what music came on. We don't know anything about what happened. The music didn't play. So, however it happened, it happened. I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't know where to go from here. So this is a horrible way of opening up my show, telling everybody that I was extremely sick and missed stuff. And it's a horrible way to start my show for everybody that's on there, because they don't really know what's going on. My website is down. Do not go up to my website at all. You'll have to email me at cwlawrence01@gmail.com, or call us and leave a message with us. If you call and leave a message with us, and you decide you want to speak to us and talk to us and tell us your unbiased opinion of everything in the world like you want to do normally, you can. This microphone is absolutely horrible that I'm talking into. I might switch to the other one. I might just switch to the other one just for, the sake of talking into the microphone. Can you hear me in this microphone any better? Can this microphone be heard any better than this one? I don't think anybody can hear me in either one of these microphones, to be honest with you. I don't think any of these microphones are picking up anything I'm saying, to be honest. Even if I take the little screen off it here, nobody can hear me in the microphone at all. So I'm back to this one. Alright, I don't know what's wrong with these microphones. I have tried and tried to get my microphones to work, and they just won't work. They just won't do it. I don't understand. Maybe somebody tampered with them. Maybe somebody came in here and fooled around with my microphones. Maybe my microphones are getting old, and I'm going to have to throw them away. I'm going to have to throw them into the garbage and get rid of the microphones. Because this is ungodly. No one can have a show like this. And I realize that. And I under stipulations, I really don't care, but that's okay. You people are the ones that are listening to the program, not me. Again, you people are the ones that are having the problems listening to me. You people are coming up here listening for information, and I got nothing this week. Absolutely nothing. That's what happens when you get sick. You end up having nothing. I don't even got money to pay the bills. I missed my normal job, which I'm not allowed to tell anybody, because if we go up on social media or we go up on any media form or any public formation and tell people where we work, we get in trouble. However, they have products that they need to sell to people, and they have products that the products can benefit my audience. And a lot of my audience could actually benefit from the product, but that's okay. I'm getting tired of hearing my voice in my own ears. Well, I took off my headphones. Anyways, the whole show is probably going to go like this. The whole show is probably going to be me speaking to you about my sickness. I don't think you guys want to hear me about me being sick, do you? You guys want to hear about the news. You guys want to hear about the world. You guys want to hear about how you don't get sick. And how you, the listeners, are not going to be sick. Well, that's just tough. Anyways, I'm going to try my very best to bring you what I can. What I can bring you, what I can do. Here I go yawning, sneezing, hang on, coughing now. The coughing is just the worst. It hurts your chest when you cough. It's just the worst when your chest starts hurting and you can't get anything done out of it. It's just, It's anyways, it's just, I don't even know how to explain it as I cough some more here. Trying to get the microphone away from my mouth when I cough, because that's not going to be very good if you guys can hear me coughing into this microphone, hacking and coughing and spitting up phlegm and whatever else I could do. That's disgusting. It's immoral. It's not even a good production show. But anyways, if you want to go up on my TikTok name is Targo, Targo, the Dragon. Targo the Dragon. It was an old Dungeons and Dragons character. One of a black dragon that was lawful good. And I used to fool the players with him. And then when I played him as a character in 2 games, I fooled everybody in the group because they thought I was evil when I wasn't. I wasn't evil at all. I was lawful good, really good. And it's a way to fool your players when you play Dungeons and Dragons, is to have a different alignment than what they think is normal and stuff. And he took human form a lot. His human form was a black knight, basically, of a human form. So that's what that was. So here we are. We don't have Facebook. Where's Facebook? Our Facebook audience isn't even here tonight. Our YouNow audience is awful quiet. Our Twitch audience is awful quiet. They're listening to me. They're paying attention to me. They're speaking to me. They're telling me they're sorry I was sick. Well, there's nothing you can do about it now. It's after the fact. I was sick for a week and a half. Missed 2 shows because of it. I was just saying, how did I miss 2 shows if I do a weekly show? I do a weekly live show. And then I try to get another one in there too. It's a pre-recorded show, maybe with a guest or something like that, so that we can have our guests not have weird callers and our guests not have any problems. So I do about 5, maybe 6 shows a month. We're going to try to get in here, and I missed it. I missed two good shows. The guests had to be canceled. I don't know how we're going to get them back. 3 shows have been canceled. I'm on the 3rd show, so 2. Getting very confusing when you miss stuff, because then when you start to miss stuff, you have to go back and redo it. Well, I'm not going to redo those weeks. I am going to just do what I'm going to do. I'm going to come up here and talk to you like I'm doing now. And when I talk to you now, it's just going to be me talking to you and telling you about this sickness. It was very strange. My started off with a bronchial infection, and it led into other things, tingly and pain and weakness, and still got a pain in my side. My back still hurts. My head is in this fog that I can't get it out of. My temperature would go from 99 to 100, 101. Now you're all saying that's a low-grade fever. Well, I don't think it was a low-grade fever with the way I was feeling. It didn't feel like a low-grade fever. It didn't feel like something that was a lower grades. It just was debilitating. Absolutely debilitating. And I don't know if I want to go to a break or not. I've been rambling on now for... How long have I been rambling on now for? I've been rambling on now for 11 minutes on this thing, and we haven't even gotten an intro. Haven't even started an intro. And the problem is that my mind is this weak. My mind is not with it. I'm somehow not there. My mind feels like it's not there. My body feels like it's not there. I feel like I'm not productive. I feel like I'm not doing something right. I feel like I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to right. I don't know what to call it. It's not something that's normal for me. It's not something that's productive. It's not something that I want to have anybody else go through. It's not something that I want to see. It's not something that I want to hope it doesn't happen to anybody else. It's really, really just weird. Really weird. My voice is in my ears, and it sounds like I can't talk. It sounds like my grumbled, like I need to spit phlegm all the time when I breathe. And then it went into a full-on fever, and it was just debilitating at that point. And a couple people in the chat rooms want to know if I took medication. Of course I took medication. My doctor prescribed me some chest medication, pain medication, some fever medication, Tylenol, acetaminophen, and I substituted that with ibuprofen every other time. So that was the fever medication, the stomach medication. And then we had the phlegm and congestion medication, like a Tussin, like a Robitussin, only it was a professional hydrator. I call it a hydrate because it's better than the Robitussin on the over-the-counter. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not. And then we went into the other pill they gave me there. That's I gotta take it before I eat. It's really, really weird. But for the most part, everything is okay. So somebody's now asking in the chat room if I feel better. No, I don't feel better. I'm not feeling better at all. But the bad sickness is gone. The bad I can't do anything. I can't manage feeling is gone. Which I think is great because now I can manage and do what I need to do. So I decided to come up here and get on here and maybe start a show. I haven't even done an intro. And I'm in a fog. I'm really like foggy. My mind is all foggy for some reason. Doesn't feel right at all. And my voice is not. My voice is great for radio right now, but I'm stuffed. My sinuses and my nasal cavities or the forehead area is full of something. I can't get it out. The allergy med isn't working. And when you do start getting a runny nose and you start feeling like you're getting somewhere or you're starting to feel a little better, it's when it all just kicks back in and you can't get yourself going. You can't get yourself moving again. The weakness comes. And hopefully that'll all go away. And hopefully I'll be able to do something normal at some point. But for right now, that feeling is there. And it's probably going to stay. And this microphone is not doing well at all. I gotta get new equipment. That's what I gotta do. I gotta get some new equipment. I gotta find a sponsor. Anybody out there want to sponsor me? Anybody want to help me and sponsor me? If anybody wants to sponsor me, please let me know. Oh, here I go coughing again. Alright, good thing I paused it. Good thing there's pauses in between this thing because that's going to be the times I've coughed. Because it is horrible. The chest cold is horrible. It's still there. But they claim it's a virus. It's a virus. It's a virus. It's a virus. That's all I hear. It's a virus. Before we had the coronavirus, before any of this pandemic stuff, doctors had medicine they could give you. And they would give you medicine. And they would give you nice medicines that would help the virus. And the medicine would then take care of the virus. It would then do something for a virus. It would then help it, make it less severe. Make it so it's not so demanding. But I didn't get that. I didn't get the virus. I didn't get any of the stuff that I needed for it. I didn't get anything I wanted for it. So I'm going to try to get myself together and where I can manage and get back to work and get back to this show so we can be successful. Anyways, I'm going to go on a break. I keep coughing. I keep pausing. And it's awful. So we're going to go on a little break here. And on the break, I can manage this. And hopefully when I come back, I'll be done with all this coughing, fitting stuff. So we're going to go on a little break. We'll be right back.
If I stay on the res, I'll be 8 times less likely to drop out of college.
If I stay on the res,
I won't be just another number.
I can learn biology in my native language.
I can use my education to help my people.
If I stay on the res,
I'll be more likely to transfer to a university.
6 times more likely.
If I stay on the res,
There's a 9 in 10 chance I'll finish college.
And I will finish college.
I will learn about the old ways so my culture will live on.
I will make my parents proud.
I'll make my people proud.
Our history will not be forgotten.
If I stay on the res.
I can get a quality education.
At a tribal college.
at a tribal college.
If I stay on the res.
If I stay on the res.
If I stay on the res.
Learn more about the 33 tribal colleges and how they're helping Native American people and their reservations. The American Indian College Fund, educating the mind and spirit.
You are the hope, you are the promise, you are tomorrow, you are the Navy.
If you're looking for training in tomorrow's technology in fields like nuclear energy, advanced electronics, computers, and telecommunications, look no further than today's Navy.
You are tomorrow, you are the Navy.
Mad Max is a lone warrior searching for his destiny, while a tribe of lost children wait for a hero. And in a world battling to survive, they meet a woman determined to rule. Hold out for Mad Max. This is his greatest adventure. Mel Gibson in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, starring Tina Turner, rated PG-13.
Somehow, someone's gonna pay. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Commando. The odds are unbeatable, but he's unstoppable. Schwarzenegger, Commando, from 20th Century Fox, rated R.
I live in New York. Isn't that a wonderful inspirational song about my state? It is, actually. The history of that song is New York was down and out. And, our state wasn't doing very well commercially. It wasn't doing very well populace-wise. The budget had fallen, and they made that song. And it still sticks today. Everything they made about that song is accurate till today. I love that song. I love coming in from a break with that song. I have another one, Frogs, that'll come up later. That's a good movie. I actually watched it, and I liked the movie. Yes, I have some movie ads in there, and if you want to advertise with me, you can't go up to my website because it's down, so send me an email. C.W. Lawrence, CWLAWRENCE 01@gmail.com. Let's welcome our new You Now audience to us. And remember, I have a cold, so if I sound bad, if I sound weird, this is not my normal radio voice. This is because I am sick. Wasn't feeling good this week, and well, a week and a half. So half of last week I wasn't feeling good, and then all this week. Now we're going into another, almost been 2 weeks, I would say, a week and a half maybe. About going into the 8th day. This is my day 8. I did 6 days of what I was doing on TikTok because I felt better to do that. I lost track of it on YouTube. I lost track of it doing it on the things I did it on TikTok. TikTok little 3-minute bids because that's all I could get in there. My YouTube is, I don't know. My YouTube is up there. Something's wrong. Something's going on with it. It's so, I have been trying my best to manage myself here. And if I do pause, it's because I'm coughing. I had this bad cough. It's still preminating. All through the break, I was hacking and coughing, and I don't know. It's getting there. It's not good at all. I'm fully not better, but I am better enough to try to go back to my part-time job. I'm better enough to come up here and try to make it through a show. If I don't, well, you guys will hear what happens as it happens. That's the best I can tell you. And I've realized all through this sickness is that something is going on is not normal. The pain in my side, my back pain, my tingly feeling in my body's remaining, this foggy, weak feeling. If those would go away, I think I could manage the sinus problem. It's winter up here in New York. So the sinus problem is going to be there all winter long. I'm going to have sinus problems. I'm going to have a cold. I'm going to have a running cold. But the sinus problems and all that stuff is the foggy sinus pressure and all that stuff is what's killing me. So what is everybody doing? The chat rooms are, vacant right now. Everybody left. They don't want to hear a sick guy give updates. They don't want to know what's going on in a sick guy's life. They want to know what happens in a perfectly healthy person's life, right? That's the problem. Disabilities and sickness is people don't want to hear about that stuff. They want to hear us when we're good. They don't want to hear us when we're bad. They don't want to hear us when we're sick and we can't cope and we can't do stuff right and we can't manage and our microphones are broken, our mixers don't work, and everything goes haywire in our shows. They don't want to hear that, but they want to hear when we're good. And they want us to be good 100% of the time. And it just doesn't work that way, folks. It just doesn't work that way. That hazy feeling's coming back. I don't know why. So we're going to sit here. And nothing in the news. I haven't even followed the news. I haven't even read online. Haven't read the paper. Found out some news about Dungeons and Dragons, though. But the news that I'm talking about is the normal paper news. Didn't cut anything out of the paper. Nothing into the stack of stuff. Nothing for anything. Nothing like that at all. I have been browsing Google because I've been sick, and I have been browsing the other stuff, looking at all these things and finding all these things, and all these things they're just plain irritant. They're just plain abnormal. And it's not right. Something is not right with some of these articles. For instance, up on Google, there's an article here of Francis Ganano. He's down at least $7 million. Something about buying his freedom because he's left money on the table because he didn't want to take obligations. And there's another one, a book of Boba Fett broke his screenwriting rules. How did it write a screenwriting rule? The Book of Boba Fett's a good show. I mean, it's all over the place, but it's a good show. NASA contractor explains why the space shuttle smelled. There's other ones. Star Trek Ferengi is announced for the games and stuff. Russian YouTube's Retractable Lightsaber earns Guinness World Records. I mean, they're not doing much of anything. An ambitious time-traveling sci-fi relives the past. They keep reflecting on the Lord of the Rings. Every Teen Titans fan needs to see Bruno, Art of Adult Team. Why do I need to see that? These are just things on YouTube, on Google here, that are just absolutely bizarre in the news. Star Trek Motion Picture Director's Edition Remastered. Okay. Did Gollum escape Mordor? Or was he released as part of a coming plan by the enemy? See, there's nothing in the news. And still, thousands of Americans didn't get their stimulus check. Hogwarts theories, Boba Fett's theories. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. These articles in Google are just absolutely unbearing. Every time I cough, the pain in my side gets worse. Long pauses mean I'm coughing. Here I go again. Alright, because it puts a long pause in between my things when I push the button here to pause it. And the thing to do, the pausing here so I can cough, puts long pauses in my speech. So hopefully that'll be the last one. I can continue on. See, this cough is just my chest and my body and my stomach hurts every time I cough. The pain in my side, the back pain, the tingly feeling comes back. It'll go away until I cough, and then it'll come back again for a while. If I can get these coughs paused in intervals of, maybe a half hour in between, that would be nice, instead of, 3 minutes in between. And it's just like that one. This is horrible. This isn't going to work. But I'm going to try my very best. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to persevere through the pain. Going to persevere through the coughing. Going to persevere through the tingling. And I'm going to bring you a show. Now, I should have came up every day live, but I didn't do it. I was sick. I was too sick to do that. And it's probably been very, very, very counterproductive if I did something like that, because it wouldn't have solved anything. It wouldn't have gotten anywhere. It wouldn't have done anything to help me. And holding this microphone in my hand is not a help at all either. That's just a pain right in the rear. I'd rather speak on this microphone right here and talk to you on this one than I would the other one. I really would. But it's got to be both microphones here. I don't know which one is better. I'm trying to focus on which one is better and then see which one is better so I can talk into the better one here. I don't know. I don't know which one's better. I don't know which one sounds better. My whole voice sounds bad. My whole part of my voice, everything sounds bad. So whatever I do, it's going to sound bad. It's going to sound horrible. It's not going to be good at all. Nothing of it's going to be good. And so if it sounds like I don't have a good radio voice, if it doesn't sound like I have something going on, or it sounds better than it did before, or it sounds worse, that's why. And a lot of you are sitting there going, you're worrying about stuff you shouldn't worry about, Wade. You're worrying about a microphone sound, what your voice sounds like in a microphone. You're worried about what the audience thinks. I do. I worry about these things constantly. A constant worry about what my audience thinks. It's a constant worry. I have to worry. I have to worry about it. And it's something that I have to do. Here I go coughing again. And every time I cough, I should go on break. Then you guys can just hear a load of breaks, because that's what would happen. And the coughing is abnormal. It's like it's not even coming from my chest. It's coming from my, how you cough sometimes, it feels like it's coming from your stomach. This is coming from my back area and my sides. It's like my sides are erupting. It's weird. And the problem is that I tested negative for COVID. I tested negative. The doctor said there's false positives, there's false negatives, there's sometimes ones that come back inconclusive, and then there's the positives, the negatives, and then they come back inconclusive too. So he said between the falses and the inconclusives, you'll get the regular ones that are the truth. So he said it doesn't, testing me it's if it said negative, he's going to go with a negative, but let's treat the symptoms. So we treated what was happening to me. I would like to go in for a blood test and see if there's anything more going on, but I don't feel like getting poked and jabbed by somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. I already had a blood test. I already did that at the beginning of the year. I did that in December. And to me, you're saying, well, December is the end of the year. No, that's the beginning of the year because it was for how I was feeling going into 2022. Not now, not in December when I had it done. And a lot of people say that this is horrible. What's going on with my microphone now? God, this is horrible. I can't even hold this thing. Anyways, maybe it's not meant to be held. It's meant to be put into a colonized strainer here, and then I talk into it. But this strainer thing is broke, and it doesn't want to do it right. So that's the way it is. I'll sit here and hold it in my hand, and I sound better, and I can focus better, I can read better, I can move around better. I got a different chair. Normally it's a chair with wheels on it. Normally it's my other chair. But not sitting in my comfortable straight chair here. Not sitting in the rolling chair, the office chair. I'm sitting in this old 80s like chair with handles on, They're arm rest kind of deal, and it's an old chair. It's older than the other one I have. So that one is the one I'm sitting in, and I'm sitting here trying to sit up, trying to lean back, trying not to be in pain, because what happens is you take your fever medication, which is the acetaminophen or the ibuprofen, and there's only so much I can take before I can get really bad results. So there's nothing for the pain other than my fever medication. And hopefully the fever medication is going for the fever. Now, I was told on the break by somebody in the chat room that my fever is not a fever at all. It's not even something they blink an eye at. 99 to 101 they don't blink an eye at. Then what is a fever? When I was a kid, if you were at 99 and 100, you were considered to be sick. So maybe there's higher fevers now. Maybe there's more things to be done with the fever, more things to have with the fever, more stuff I don't understand about fevers. I've looked up everything online to get rid of this thing. Ice packs under my arm, take a cold shower. Yeah, right, I can't even get out of bed. Can't get out of bed to even go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom, get back into bed and sit there and lay there and hope you can fall asleep in your delirious fever, because that's what it felt like. High, weird dream, the horrible state. So I do that. Okay, now I got to cough again, folks. Hang on. Oh boy, that's not good. See, my chest hurts again. Now my back hurts. And we're going to go through this like this for the whole show. I don't know if it's going to last. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but trying my very best. Trying my very best to speak low, trying my very best to pause and speak clearly like I am now. These long pauses. Oh God, that coughing session was not good at all. I should just pause the whole recording or the whole thing, but I can't. I can't do that. If I was pre-recording this, I could. But right now, I'm trying to do a live show, and I'm not making it. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to fall asleep in another foggy haze. The energy level will start at about an 8, and then zap down to about 4. My energy levels, normally a 1 out of 10, it's about a 9. Or a 10 on a good day. But this is an 8. It starts at an 8. And then zaps down to 4. And then just gets worse from there. And another thing with this thing, whatever it is, my body is a tingly feeling. An achy feeling is severe. You're aching in my side, then it goes to my back, then my arms tingle. This tingling won't stop. Then it stops, it slows down, and then it's kind of still there. But then it just spikes real bad. It kind of doesn't spike with the fever. It's either a fever or tingly or nothing. I'd rather have nothing. But that, it depends on what it does. My fever was spiking all over the place. Go down to 99, up to 101, 99, 100, 100. And, stay at 100 all day, and then go right up to 101 at night. It's bizarre. Unless this is how a real virus works. I don't know. I don't remember ever having this sickness when I was a kid. And if this is a conspiracy of time travel sickness and all this stuff, that my, I guess my bars or lines or whatever the time increments are supposed to line up. And therefore I'm getting sick because I'm lining up to what it used to be, and my body is reverting back to what it used to be before the time change. This is awful. I don't know how people do time travel if this is a problem. If this is a sickness due to time travel, and I'm a time travel victim of somebody manipulating time, and now it's trying to me getting back to the right way I was supposed to be. This is awful. This is just disgusting. I don't know how this is going to work. I really don't. But anyways, it's something for now. Something that I'm totally shocked at. I really totally am shocked. Another coughing bout. Another achy feeling bout. And if the achy feeling would go away, and the coughing would go away, and the foggy fever feeling goes away, I can deal with the rest. Like I said, it's just like a winter cold. But the worst of it's gone. Thank God for that. The worst of it's gone. So you're hearing from me live. You're hearing from me today talking about what I was doing. And here I pause again for coughing. You're hearing what I'm doing. But anyways, every time I cough, my mind goes blank, and I have to go back to what I was saying or doing. I'm just going to cough at this one. Because it's not worth pausing for coughing. Oh God, that coughing session was bad. Oh my Lord. And look at the pause in this. Look, see the pause? This is a blank line. Anyways, at least I'm here. At least I'm doing it. At least I'm trying my very best to make it work. Trying my very best to manage and to focus. I've gotten out of Twitch. Now chat room has nobody in it. I didn't even go live on Facebook. I don't really know why I didn't do this pre-recorded, and I can go back and get all this stuff out of here, but it's not going to be real. When you I pre-record guests because some of the callers can get real bad if they don't want to have callers or nothing. But I like doing stuff live because there's something about doing it live. You can't make a mistake. It's real. It's not something that's scripted. It's not something that's planned. And it's not something that's all done away with. It's right there in front of you. Right there in front of your face. Ready to go. And I have one chance to do it right, and I do it right, and I do well. And that's the way it is. So that's what's happening. And I'm coughing again, coughing again. So I'm going to take another break and get rid of this cough again. This is how the whole show's going to go, probably. So, let me take care of this coughing again. Maybe I'll get a cough drop in me or something. And we'll be right back.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today?
The only thing I didn't learn today.
The only thing I didn't learn
is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
The tenant in room 7 is very small, very twisted, and very mad. Basket case. It eats, it sleeps, it loves, and it kills. Basket case, the ultimate horror story of a monstrous freak of nature that refused to die.
It killed its own mother!
And it killed its father.
Oh, God. No!
And anything else that dared to look into the basket.
What's in the basket?
Basket case, the classic case of the bizarre. This movie is not for everybody. It may be too much for anybody. Basket case.
Free surgical masks for everyone to keep the blood off your face.
Like it.
Finally, equal treatment for hands and nails. Now there's Vaseline Intensive Care Hand and Nail Formula Lotion to soften rough, dry hands and help strengthen nails. With moisturizers for your hands and keratin, the protein found in healthy nails. Hand and nail formula from the makers of Vaseline Intensive Care, because we believe in equal treatment for hands and nails.
Don't use plain petroleum jelly.
But my lips are really dry and cracked.
Use Blistex ointment. I've found it's better.
Isn't Blistex for cold sores?
Blistex also helps heal dry, cracked lips. Blistex has 3 forms of medication.
Hey, petroleum jelly doesn't.
Petroleum jelly coats, but Blistex penetrates for faster relief of dryness and stimulates healing. Only Blistex has this lip tip.
Penetrates, medicates, new lip tip. Blistex is better.
Wall Furniture Outlets. Attention! WFO declares war. Wall Furniture Outlets declares war on the competition with the guaranteed lowest prices on every wall unit, every bookcase, and every entertainment center. We will not be undersold because WFO has the largest selection in the tri-state area. So buy with confidence. Wall Furniture Outlets. We make the most of your wall.
If you own a home, check out Statewide Capital. We'll be glad to show you how to get a personalized, custom-tailored home equity loan that meets your special needs at excellent rates that are fixed for up to 15 years with fast approvals and no prepayment penalties. Borrow $10,000 to $250,000 or more. Simply call our toll-free number, 1-800-DIAL-CASH. That's 1-800-DIAL-CASH. When you go to the bank for a home equity loan, do you ever get the feeling they're trying to tell you something? Once you get the message, call Statewide Capital. We'll get you money easily and quickly, even if you've been turned down by the bank. Use the equity in your home to get a home equity loan from $10,000 to $250,000 or more. No lines, no forms, and fast approvals. Statewide Capital gets you money easily. Call 1-800-DIAL-CASH. 1-800-DIAL-CASH.
In Night of the Living Dead, director George A. Romero created a motion picture so uniquely terrifying, it became a classic. Then, in Dawn of the Dead, he took his extraordinary vision of horror one step further. Now, George A. Romero takes us out of the night, beyond the dawn, and into the darkest day of horror the world has ever known. Day of the Dead.
TorontoBestChoiceLimo.com is your #1 limo company in Canada, with our exceptional fleet of limos for weddings, birthday parties, corporate events, casinos, prom, the airport, leisure travel, and engagement parties. We have over 15 years experience of luxurious transportation. Our quality service provides you with reliable professional drivers and well-maintained, clean vehicles. We offer a wide range of limousine services to ensure you, as a client, get exactly what you desire. Our fleet consists of unique buses and limousines like the Cadillac Escalade, the Hummer Limo, the classic Rolls-Royce, and Bentley. Our limousines and buses are fully equipped with top sound systems, comfortable seating, and top-of-the-line TV screens. We also provide you with the right music for the right moment. We always accommodate your special moment with the most efficient service possible, and we go the extra mile to make this a magical experience. Delivering luxury and sophistication is our primary focus. The next time you want to share your special moment and experience, think TorontoBestChoiceLimo.com or call us at 416-985-1800.
Vamoose to New York. Getting to Manhattan has never been easier or more affordable. Book your visit to New York on Vamoose Bus today and take advantage of their 10th anniversary specials while they last. Get fares as low as $20 on select buses to Manhattan, now through the holidays. Pickup locations include Lorton, Arlington, and Bethesda to New York City. Vamoose, getting away for 10 years. Visit vamoosebus.com today. That's VAMOOSE bus.com.
From independent truckers to fleets, we are insurance specialists for people and businesses that keep America moving. As one of the largest transportation insurers in the U.S. and with more than 50 years of experience, we know what lies ahead, offering solutions for the unique risks you face day in and day out, fueled by our people, eager to support your business. Our loss control specialists put your safety first, helping combat loss with deep industry knowledge, a wide array of on-site and self-help consulting products, advocation for our insureds, and more. When something goes wrong, our claims team is on standby 24/7, getting our customers back on track as quickly and easily as possible so you can keep moving forward. IAT Insurance, here to serve you every mile of the road ahead. We're in it for the long haul.
Learn that when he pollutes the air and the water, he declares war against nature. American International Pictures presents Frogs, the story of the day nature strikes back. It was bound to happen, but why now? Why did these particular people on that particular island face this particular kind of slithering, slimy terror? See Frogs, starring Ray Milland, Sam Elliott, Joan Van Ark, Adam Rourke, and Judy Pace. Frogs, an American International picture, in color, rated PG. Frogs, today the pond, tomorrow the world.
And we're back. Welcome back. No intro. I already played the I Love New York song. I just played the Frog song there. You heard it? Go watch the movie. It's great. Anyways, my coughing fit seems to be settled down. I took my inhaler, and I'm going to try to get myself not dehydrated. Somebody told me that my weakness is due to dehydration. When you're sick, you get dehydrated. Well, I haven't had any diarrhea. I haven't had any throwing up. I haven't had any fluids loss. So how would I be dehydrated? I don't know, but that's what they said. I take it they know what they're talking about, I hope. So I'm going to figure on the fact that I am dehydrated, and I'm going to try to get myself to not be dehydrated by drinking liquids. 53 minutes into the program, and I haven't even done what I normally do. Do we take callers today or not? No, probably not. I'm probably not. Probably going to cut this show off at about a maybe 2 hour mark, because I can't do anything more than that. I can't. I just came up here today to make sure I had a show, to make sure that I'm talking about something, and these Google stuff, and this Boba Fett is upsetting me. I watched the show. And I am upset with how they're saying the ratings are. I'm upset with what the comments are. I'm upset with the way they want to advertise and broadcast themselves. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's very funny. I don't think it's appropriate. These people are hardworking actresses and actors. They're hardworking in what they're doing. And here they are, rummaging around, fishing around in a basket for stuff to nag and brag about, and repopulate themselves in different ways. These people are very good actors, very good actresses. They're trying to level themselves out. They're trying to make sure they're good. They do a good job. The stories with the Hutts went. All of a sudden, the Hutt story left. The story with the bounty hunter, all of a sudden that left. The story with the Sand People, that left. The story with the Sarlacc, he blew it up. He got his revenge. The story with the person in the bar, or the fish guy, or the gang members. I could go on and on and on. They just keep leaving these open-ended things. It's like a poor comic book. You just read one comic, and that's all you get from it. You don't get a full story. It's almost like a role-playing game where the DM just gathered a bunch of stuff together and hoped to God the players liked it. Or is that what they're trying to emulate? The old West End game system? I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to emulate. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what they're trying to prove by doing this, but I don't like it. By the looks of it, a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people do not like what they've seen and what they heard and what was going on. They just don't like it. And I don't know what to say about it. But I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I've always been a huge Star Wars fan. I wish people would help me learn D6 Star Wars on Facebook. And if you're listening to me right now, I was promised a game and I never received the game. I never received time to play in the game. I never received information. So that kind of pisses me off. It also kind of pisses me off that I can't have what I want with the other stuff. But that's okay. A lot of people don't realize that stuff like this happens. And it shouldn't happen. It should not be happening. We should all be getting along and doing fine and doing wonderful and trying to get ourselves working again. Trying to get ourselves to make the fans. I mean, I'm talking about the fans now. The fans should be working together to get themselves, to get Disney to change this stuff. Disney has all this material. You have West End games. You have the Lucas history, the canon stuff. You have the non-canon stuff. You have a lot of comic books. You can go in there and look at different stories and different things. There's no sense in having this run around. There's no sense in having this jumping around, acting all stupid, having a story of the Hutts. All of a sudden that goes away. Having a story of the third best bounty hunter in history of Star Wars, a Wookiee bounty hunter no less. He storyline is dropped. There's a story of the Rancor. Where's the Rancor? Where is his Rancor? Is he going to learn to ride it? Is he not? The story's dropped. It doesn't make any sense. This fish person should have been stopped. He should have been eliminated. That stopped. This rebel band of people that he took on, these little teenagers, these young motorcycle riding punks. It should have took off. It absolutely should have took off. That story was one of the good ones. That left an open-ended thing. I'm not happy. But I'm not happy on how they're writing about it. These actors and actresses are doing very well. There's a couple YouTube things on here that are up there. Now this fight with Francis Ngannou, I think I'm saying is, anyways, Francis, UFC 270. $7 million is what he gave up, I guess. $600,000 is what he took in Anaheim. The Predator already gave up and always gives up sizable contract renewals. Garnin grudge match. He was a few weeks of winning. He plowed ahead and managed to grind his way to a unanimous decision victory in the Golden State of California, and he gives up this. I don't know. He says he's still happy with the $600,000, and he stood up to fight for what he works for. The outspoken Ngannou, no stranger to public play disputes, insists he's not holding out for a specific dollar amount and instead wants a contract that allows more flexibility. And by flexibility, he doubtedly means a boxing match against some of the top names of the sweet science, like current champion, longtime UFC troll Tyson Fury. All right. He's holding out for something? No, probably not. Probably knows where he wants to stand financially. But this is a big thing. If he's giving up $7 million, win or lose the fight, that's giving up something. And nobody really knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's got going on. The Russian YouTuber, Retractable Lightsaber, earns the Guinness Book of World Records. YouTuber has been recognized by the Guinness Book of Records as inventor of the world's first retractable lightsaber. Alex Birkin, who runs the Alex Lab channel on YouTube, unveiled the Star Wars-inspired invention. The invention, which produces a plasma blade and measures more than 3 feet in length, burns at a temperature of 5,000 degrees, hot enough to cut through steel. Key component of the lightsaber is a electrolyzer. Electrolyzer is a device that can generate a huge amount of hydrogen and oxygen in custard gas to any pressure without a mechanical compressor. He took hundreds of experiments to get his apparatus to match the size and shape of a lightsaber. This is the first prototype. Full power hydrogen lightsaber. And it's actually a hydrogen torch. Goes on to explain more about that. Fellow YouTuber Hacksmith Industries, a.k.a. James Hobson, previously earned a Guinness Book of World Records for creating the first retractable Proto Lightsaber. Hacksmith's version of the Jedi weapon requires an external power source, hydrogen and oxygen tanks attached to a backpack, while Berkman's lightsaber entirely self-contained. Wonderful. Somebody created a lightsaber. Let's see how safe they are with this thing. Let's see if they're going to be safe. And what happens if this hydrogen mixture leaks? Does it burn you? Does it have implications in nature? Does it have implications of its surroundings? Does it have inflammation of other things that could happen? Do the gases affect you? Would they, in the long run, could it affect you? These are questions that I would have. I don't know. Star Wars Discovery is renewed for season 5. Okay, good. Wonderful. I'm not that much of a Star Trek fan, but I am interested in it. The first hydrogen fuel cell locomotive. CP Rail, Canadian Pacific, has released the photos and a prototype, or a finished product, actually. How in railroad it works, real quick now. Railroad, you make something and then you put it out on the tracks and you work with it. Because the only way to tell if this railroad engine is going to work is to actually have working, power, working situations. So they have one. This is news on Google, because I ain't got nothing in this stack of stuff. Maybe I should do more Google news. But the people are not in my chat room anymore. And here I go coughing again. All right, good. Now, again. I'm just going to cough through it. Okay, I'm back. That was a long pause. That was a really bad pause. But I'm back now. So let's get into this container. It introduced the Hydrogen Zero emissions locomotive it wants to build. It launched the hydrogen program, according to Train News Wire, December 18th, 2020. In late 2020, they did this finished program. It is with a grant from Emissions Reduction Alberta. And there goes another pause where I just coughed. But anyways, Canadian Pacific announces that this zero emissions locomotive will be in production, and will be hopefully doing fine. The railroad says the locomotive built from a former SD-42F, which is a newer model of a train. It doesn't have the big, what they call wings on the back. It's a long, very long unit to the back. The SD-40 series is a good locomotive for all those that are not in the trains. For those that are in the trains, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if it does any of the controls. I don't know if it does any of the work better. It'll operate under its own power. All engines operate from diesel, turning a turbine, turning an electrical system. Dubbed the H20EL. The EL is for admissions locomotive. D is for zero. So the zero EL format here. Now it goes on in other stuff about hydrogen, but it's a first, and hopefully I will be following that because I'm interested in what it's going to do. I'm interested in how it's. My interest is how it's going to fail, or how it's going to succeed. A lot of these times, a lot of the engines will have problems, and the problems then will be able to be developed into something else to better it. But a lot of the problems that comes with it is the old problems they had, like control or dynamic braking power, emergency applications. How much can it pull? How many helper trains does it need? Another pause for another cough. How many does it need? These are all implications of its load. Can it be stressed? Meaning, can you take it to the maximum amount of stress on it before it starts giving way? These are questions that this article does not answer. However, like I said, it's in the testing phases, and they just released it. And under working applications, hopefully it'll do fine. And hopefully this cough will stop. Because I'm not going to take another break to stop coughing. I'm not going to do it. We just came from a break. So, it better clear itself up because I just took this inhaler. It better do well. I hate this. The coughing, the spells I'm having. And your whole body gets tingly when you do this, and your whole body starts feeling really weird when you do it. And you can't go for moments without coughing, and you can't go for moments without doing something about it. So I guess it's not going to be productive here if I can't sit here for another cough, and there goes another coughing spell. I'm getting pretty good at hitting this button here. I really am. I might just finish the show in a records segment here. Get myself off of you now. Get myself offline, doing it live. Say goodbye to all the people live. Maybe just do a recorded session for the last period of the show. But anyways, we have some stuff to talk about. You have some stuff to call in if you want to. 607-238-3816. I'm going to stay with you. A few of you now people are here again. I don't know if I should even continue this. I should go and probably lay down. I should go. I should just walk myself to the doctor's office here or something and tell him, as I'm coughing, as I'm doing this, as I'm feeling this way, whether he likes it or not, and he can see me in person and how I feel, instead of doing this over the phone stuff, because over the phone doesn't tell me anything. Doesn't tell him anything. It doesn't tell anybody anything. But I just was looking up some stuff here as I'm talking and as I'm coughing, as I'm browsing. This zero emissions engine is not the first time they've tried this. They've tried some electrical engines. They've tried some other stuff, Norfolk Southern, CSX, but I put, is it, hydrogen emissions? It's something that's new. It's something they want to progress for the rails, and I think it could be something that could be very successful. Now, if they did it right, there is things that said that things might not go right with it, but hopefully it will. So, what else did I find down here? I found stuff, and now I started coughing and confuses me. It just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense, some of this new stuff. Every Peacemaker helmet's powers explained. I don't need powers of the Peacemaker helmet. How a Webb telescope target could finally answer why we are here. Okay, good. This is just random news stuff. Jurassic Park, something about that. I don't need this stuff. This is rather news that I don't really like to discuss about. I don't really get up here to discuss some of this stuff, but these are just a couple things I see. And again, it's amazing on this new technology here, but yeah, I can't find anything more to talk about. Searching through here. The worst city in America is found in New York. Really? Okay, well, this is something. That's because there are some places that exist that have less than stellar conditions for visiting, such as poverty, high crime rates, and unemployment. Okay? Before you start planning your next vacation, you might want to read through this list to see if the places you want. Oh, it's a place thing. I thought it was something good. It's telling me the worst cities to visit and all this. I don't need that. Why do you need that now? The virus is out there. I don't understand. Delaware lawmaker says he developed PTSD after facing backlash for calling Asian woman. And I'm not going to say what he called her. But this man decided to be discriminatory and racist. Senator Representative Jared Bradley announced Friday he would be stepping down from his position as representative of Delaware's 4th District effective February due to post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay. The report from Delaware Online and the Delaware things here, there's a few of them. Anyways, a report also revealed that Bradley is being investigated for shoplifting incident. Law enforcement officials familiar with the investigation confirmed this. Conducted to fill in for Bradley's position in the House the remainder of his term. All right. Bradley's announcement came months after he inadvertently sent an email containing anti-Asian slur to a person advocating for the decriminalization of prostitution. Okay, well, I'm not going to say what he said. I'm not going to go on with that. But they want to decriminalize prostitution, which is a whole other topic I could talk about. I think I think in ways you should decriminalize prostitution. But this man went and decided to be racist and discriminatory. And there's mentioned some other things, and now he has PTSD. That's disgusting. That you're going to claim that you have post-traumatic stress disorder, that you are all stressed out and can't handle your life now because you went and discriminatorily went up against somebody. You didn't have to say the things he said. I'm not even going to say what he said. They're here, but I'm not going to say them. That's just disgusting. That's just, we had a local official do that here. He did something wrong. He made comments to people that were unethical and immoral and whatever else you want to call it, and then resigned, saying that the stress and fear for his, the stress of his safety and stuff, You know, you go and say this to somebody and then use that as an excuse. That's wrong. That's outright wrong. It just is. I don't care if you're an Asian. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're purple, you're green. I don't care if you're orange or red. I don't care if you're yellow. I don't care if you're pink, magenta, turquoise. It doesn't matter what color. It doesn't matter if you're African, Asian. I mentioned Asian before. European. It doesn't matter. American, Canadian. You should not have discriminatory things said about you like that. We should be judging people based on what they do and how they act. Yeah, but when you get racial and discriminatory towards somebody. And he said some other things dealing with the woman as well. This is obviously not true. Prostitution is a job. It is a position. It is a service position. They're giving you a service. Let's take sex out of the picture here. They're giving you a service. The garbage men give you a service. The waiter gives you a service. The waitress gives you a service. The cook gives you a service. Do you go and make fun of these people? There are people that make fun of them. Yes, they are. There are people that are disgusting and discriminatory and sick and absent-minded and crazy and dysfunctional that do that. There's a lot of videos on YouTube called Karen, which Karen's a girl's name. Why you would call one woman that, I don't know. But that's gotten a bad name now. Anyways, there's YouTube videos on this stuff that shows people discriminatory and disgusting and violent and obscene behavior towards service personnel. And here I cough again. And I caught myself that time. And they are that way. And that's disgusting. I don't know what else to call it. People are disgusting towards janitors and all these other kinds of people that help us. And they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be at all. If you cannot do the job, or you don't want to do the job, and somebody else does, then don't criticize them. Now, you can, say they don't do a good job. I've seen janitors that refuse to do a good job. I've seen people who just don't like their jobs, and they don't do a good job. They don't do well at the service they're doing. They don't do well at the task they're doing. The task is more like it. Not the job, not the service, the task. And there are people out there that don't do well. They don't do well at all. They don't do well doing it. They don't do well hearing it. They don't do well specializing it. They don't do well enacting it. And stuff doesn't get done, or they skip stuff, or they do stuff differently, or they make it, easy on themselves so they don't have to do so much work or so much this and that. So easier to get it done faster, or whatever the problem is. Fine, good. There's probably prostitutes out there, sex service workers, that probably don't do a good job. They don't take care of themselves. These are rules that could be made. There's rules on all service industries. That's why there's a health department. Get them checked, get them done. And I don't know why it's illegal for somebody to want to have sex with somebody and then give them money. People give money to people and then have sex with them. And it's not even called prostitution. It's called a cheap woman there. You go out there and you spend money on her, and you take her on a date, and you see a movie, and you spend all this money on her, and then you have sex with her afterwards, and then you never see her again. Well, that's almost like prostitution. In my book, if you're not going to see me again, then I just paid for your services. I just paid for you and I to be together. And a lot of people feel that way. But, I don't know. But he resigned. He's done. He's gotten out of it. So, that's unfortunate that he has to do it that way. It's unfortunate that his livelihood or his attitude towards it got him in trouble. Now, if he really feels that there's something wrong, or he feels that there's a problem, or he feels that something should be done better, or that something is not working out right, or that this woman is being whatever you want to call it, disgusting in her services, then that's another matter. That's another topic. That's something to discuss. That's something to look into. That's something to I don't know, wean out. It's something to look into and make sure that some people are dealt with properly. If they are doing things wrong, if they're not doing things wrong, bad coughing spell again, they're not doing things wrong, then don't worry about it. But that's no way to do about it, is being racial and discriminatory and disgusting with your words and disgusting with your actions. That only shows that you're another coughing spell again, another pause. That only shows that you're wrong. You're no better than the person doing the wrong thing. Okay, so let's get away from that topic. I don't see anything in sports that's worth it. Local lifestyle, or whatever they call this thing. I don't know any of this stuff. What's this on polar bears again? Here we go with polar bears again. I don't. This shows a picture of some polar bears up there. Okay, no story. Advertisements. This showed two pictures of polar bears, and then it's an advertisement under it for something. I don't know what this is all about. What is this? Chance to shoot polar bear auctioned for $90,000. Wait. Let's go back up here. An online auction giving shooters a chance to kill a polar bear has been slammed by an animal welfare agency group. Good. What are they doing here? The bidder on the floor at the Safari Club International's CSI Animal Convention held this year in Las Vegas. The hunting package ultimately sold for $65,000 in U.S. money. Okay. Other exotic creatures often off to raise funds for CSI included a western Canada moose, a black bear, and a leopard. A group maintained hunting helps promote wildlife conservation. However, animal advocacy campaigners World Animal Protection argue actioning rare animals is cruel and abhorrent. So they're auctioning off trips, apparently, to go hunting. Which, let's pause for a moment. As I read this, it's reading like they're auctioning off animals. They're not auctioning off animals. They're auctioning off trips. You go to Alaska or the tundra up there in the Arctic. You go to Africa. You go to South America. You go to the Midwest where the grizzly bears are. And you go on a hunting trip. Canadian moose hunting trip. Okay? A wild African safari hunting trip. You can hunt animals in Africa, leopards, lions, elephants, whatever they have, zebra, wildebeest, hippos, alligators, crocodile. Well, there's no alligator, but crocodile. They have southern trips for hunting bear and alligator and catfishing. They have Texas ones where you can go out and get antelope and deer. There's a rare deer out there or something. And then you can go to Alaska and the Midwest and hunt for grizzly bear. You can also go to the Arctic to hunt for polar bear. What happens is these agencies say, hey, these animal protection rights people go, no, 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 no. That's bad. That's bad. And what happens is these people start arguing over is it bad hunting. Now, this person goes on a trip. He's sightseeing. He's seeing the locals. He's getting the flavor of foods. He's getting the flavors of environment. He's getting the flavors of the culture. He's getting the flavors of whatever area that is. When I say flavor, I mean he's getting the actual what it is like to be there on this 2-week, 3-week trip. People pay a lot of money to go on these trips. Do they hunt? Yes. Do they hunt just that? So let's say they hunt a polar bear. They take down a polar bear. Well, they're also going to take down a deer. They're going to go fishing. They're going to go in the Alaskan wilderness and hike and sightsee and all of this other stuff. So, he's not just going for the hunting. Relax. Relax when they sell these trips. These people pay money for these clubs. These people pay money to go and sightsee. Hunters are just like you and me. I go to a trip to see the town, to see history. When I went to Gettysburg, I wanted to see the history of the Civil War, the history of Pennsylvania, the history of America. When I went to Salem, I wanted to see the history of the witches, the history of the pirates, the history of the war that happened in Boston, the Tea Party, the other history of American history that we have. That's why I went there. Now, did I see other stuff? Absolutely. We saw the first, the house the Clue game was made after. We saw the area where the first Parker Brothers games were made. The first Monopoly game is there. The first phone call that was ever made across the line was there. There's a few other firsts for pirates. There's a famous pirate, I forgot his name, that was captured, and he fought in the war for us. There's a lot of history, okay, plus the hanging of the witches, plus the burning of the other things that they did. That's all there too. I got the flavors of everything. The town, the city. We got a wonderful view of this rich man's property, and it would possibly be the first swimming pool made. He would block off. He was so rich he would take his boats and suck the water out of the pond and fill it with rock and then put his own water in it. And he made himself a large swimming pool, and people would pay good money to go into this nice, clean swimming pool. There's other things there of women that are historical, doing stuff within Salem's town, besides the women of the witches that were burned and hung. They were all hung. They were not burned at stakes. But I went for the history. I went for the history of Gettysburg, the history of Boston, the history. When I go to New York City, I go to see the history, the sites, what's there, as well as whatever else I'm there for. Like I said in Salem, we were there for the witch trials. We were there for the stuff. We saw the Halloween Museum, but the other stuff we saw too. And that's what these guys do. They go and they see what they have to see. They see what is there. They see the stuff they want to see. They see the scenery. They see the sights. They get involved in culture. So they're not just going out there to put a bullet in an exotic animal's hide. All right, folks? But this article is just blasting the fact. And the two groups have gone after each other for years and years and years. And so we are now captivated by this thing of going after people who want to hunt. That's all that is. No, nothing special in this polar bears. Climate change is still there. That's the picture I was looking at. It's a polar bear on an iceberg. It is interesting that these pictures keep coming back up. This is the picture they used. A polar bear standing on an iceberg talking about hunters going on vacation or paying for trips to places to do hunting, and then turns into an environmentalist group and an animal group. There's like 4 different groups there they mentioned that are against this thing. Well, guess what, pal? You go and you want to go sightseeing and birds and all that stuff. Whatever you do and whatever you want to do and whatever you're doing to disrupt whatever you're doing, if we're against something, then we're going to come after you for what you don't do right, okay? And pretty soon, nobody can go on a vacation. Nobody can hunt. Nobody can get food for themselves. Nobody can do anything because everybody wants to be happy and everybody wants everybody else happy. And nobody will ever agree on anything, and that's all I'm going to say to that. All right, we got to go to another fun something here. I got to get a different site. What site has news? Because I got to find something better to talk about than this stuff, because this stuff is just annoying the hell out of me. And another thing, one more thing on this topic. If somebody wants to pay for something, what are you getting involved in it for? What are you getting involved for? That person worked for their money. That person took the time to do what they need to do for that money. The person planned something, and you're going to step in it and say no to them. And then when they say no to you, okay, they're going to say, hey, you can't do this and you can't do that. You're going to sit there and bitch and complain, because I know you are. Because one of these groups, I know who they are, and I know them very well. And they bitch and complain. And if we got involved in their little Disney vacation, or we got involved in their time away with their husband in Hawaii, or we got involved with the other one, went to San Francisco on a vacation. If we got involved in their vacation and told them what to do and what they couldn't do, they would be pissed as hell. They would be mad. They would be raging. So why are they telling another human being what to do if they don't like to be told what to do themselves? That's the end of that topic. Let's find something different in this thing. What is in here? What is in here that I can find to talk about? And here's something else about animals as I looked for something different. Researchers say shark bites and attacks have declined. 73 unprovoked incidents recorded last year. Sharks increased around the world in 2021 following 3 consecutive years of decline. Well, let's figure this out, folks. Right now, let's stop. Let's stop. We have people that have not come out of their homes. You didn't come out of your home because it was a pandemic. And now that you're coming out of your home, you're going to beaches, you're going to do stuff, you're having fun with your family. All of a sudden now shark attacks happen. There's 73 incidences, 52 bites in 2020 alone. 52 bites. It talks about the injury levels, which I don't understand really. I guess 2 people were hurt bad. And then it goes to 73 bites in 2021, more closely aligned with the 5-year global average of 72. The 5-year average, in 5 years, you have 72 shark bites. So in 1 year, you have as much as you did in 5 years. Why? Because people are coming out of their house. They're coming out of their houses. They're going to beaches. They're living it up. They're trying to do well. That's why we have more shark bites. But if you looked it up of snake bites, I bet you there would be more snake bites. More bug bites, mosquitoes. I bet you. So that's something new on sharks here, that they're biting more and attacking us more. They're looking for food. They're trying to find food. That's why they're doing it. 3 monkeys that escaped were captured. Pennsylvania crash. They have been euthanized. So now animal experts are after people for euthanizing stuff. 3 monkeys escaped their trailer after a collision in Pennsylvania highway Friday, were recovered the next day, but have been euthanized. Officials assessed possible health risks and injuries. Centers for Disease Control, and I'm not even going to read this. Apparently there was a crash that held the monkeys and they escaped, and then they decided to put them to sleep. Why don't the animal activist come over to this? The monkeys. Okay? Leave the hunters and the vacationers alone. Come over to these people that have euthanized innocent or injured monkeys for no reason at all. They euthanize them. That's why don't you come over and you do that? Why don't you go after these people for euthanizing animals? And then in this article, as I read further before I stopped here, it said, it said in it, and I read it right now as I go through, that there's other incidences under protocols. Wait, there's protocols that we euthanize animals for no reason at all? Or injured? They're injured, so we just put them to sleep, don't give them any care. Why don't the animal experts go after that? Why don't they go after that? I'll say it again. Animal experts, if you are an animal cruelty expert, or you're one of these people that go hip-hop and run around, thinking that you are great because you want to save animals, why don't you go after stuff like this? People innocently euthanizing animals. There's no reason to do it. There's no reason to kill that animal, so they did it. Go after that instead of the guy who wants to go on a trip to Alaska for hunting. Give me a break. The guy pays for his own hunting trip. The guy put his own money up on the line, put his own money into his trip, earned his own money from his job. None of it's free. And then you are going to blast him for that, but won't blast officials or a city or people that just decided to euthanize. And it's not just monkeys. There's dogs, there's cats, there's birds, horses, cows. They euthanize innocent animals all the time. Nothing's ever done about it. Nothing is ever done about it. But, God forbid if somebody wants to go on a trip. God forbid if somebody wants to go and spend money on a trip somewhere and then go hunting while they're there. Oh dear, we can't do that. But let's watch innocent animals die because they're injured or there's no reason at all. There's dog pounds, there's pet places that advertise for pets, there's shelters, there's all sorts of these things. Game farms, or they used to be called game farms, where you take your animal to it if you don't want them anymore. They euthanize animals all the time. The Tiger King had that stuff on there. The Tiger King talked about it repeatedly, that he knows of a few that have done it. So, but we don't see the animal activists there, do we? We don't see the animal activist standing there doing that, but we see them when the poor guy wants to go on a family vacation somewhere and he wants to go hunting with his son. Then we see them, then they run up there, and then they are really into it. Oh God, we can't have somebody hunting on a family trip. All right, I've had enough. I'm going on another break. Had enough of talking about this stuff. This is why I don't do the news. It gets me aggravated. It gets me upset. It's making my coughing and my chest hurt more. Now I'm starting to get a headache. I didn't have a headache before until I started talking about this stuff. So, folks, I'm going on a break. And, of course, we'll be right back, folks.
Introducing the fast, efficient way to get it off your chest. It's the all-new Toot and Tell Drive-Through Confessional.
Hello, my child, and welcome to Toot and Tell.
If you've committed 10 sins or less, try our Sinners Express lane, or come inside and meditate at the shrine to Our Lady of the Lube Jar. It's all at the Toot and Tell Drive-Through Confessional. Stop by this week and get a free Toot and Tell or Go to Hell bumper sticker. Just look for the clown and the cleric's collar. Toot and Tell. Closed Sunday.
You think you're strong? Well, what about Army Strong? The Army offers a variety of opportunities so that you can use your strengths to the fullest and push your limits to become not just strong, but Army Strong. In the Army, you will be working in a team, traveling the world, fighting to make a better future for your country and you. By joining the Army, you gain access to a steady career and a quality education. Test your limits and become part of something you can be proud of. Call your local recruiter at 817-735-4493 or log on to GoArmy.com. Contact them now and find out if you have what it takes to become Army Strong.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch. Until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
Learn that when he pollutes the air and the water, he declares war against nature. American International Pictures presents Frogs, the story of the day nature strikes back. It was bound to happen, but why now? Why did these particular people on that particular island face this particular kind of slithering, slimy terror? See Frogs, starring Ray Milland, Sam Elliott, Joan Van Ark, Adam Rourke, and Judy Pace. Frogs, an American international picture, in color, rated PG. Frogs, today the pond, tomorrow the world.
Caught it right here, folks. I caught it. So that's good. I caught it when I should have. That is what I hear in the speakers here in my headphones when I do my show. And that tells me it's time to come back. We have those when we go out and we have them when we go in. Normally they don't play, but I've been sick. So I kind of didn't know what's going on here. I wasn't paying attention, and it came on. But anyways, folks, I'm going to go to the doctor. Somehow did something online so I can get myself to a doctor, because this is absolutely the pain in the side and the back aches and the sniffling and the coughing. I can't. Okay, just paused again for a cough. You know, I'm going to count how many times I've coughed, and then I'm going to put it down on a piece of paper here. But anyways, so as I was saying, and I read some more about these stories of these trips that people take to go hunting. It is a regular occurrence. It is a regular occurrence that people go for trips. And as I play with my microphone there, it's a regular occurrence that people go for trips. And they go for these trips, and they go on these trips, and they hunt, they kill stuff, and nobody cares. So I don't know what the animal activists are. Most of these hunting trips, there's also hunting trips where they dart the animals. They actually shoot them with a dart. Then they get their pictures taken with them, and the animal's woken up and let go and let back up and on his way. Oh, you can hear me breathing and everything today, but I'm speaking into the different microphone. The other microphone dropped, and I can't get it to work right now. So I'm speaking into this microphone for you, and I'm trying to read what this is about these trips. I found something online about it. They can go up to almost $200,000. And that's just the trip. That's not all the other stuff you're going to do and all the other money you're going to spend sightseeing or anything else you find. It's just like going to Disney World. If you go to Disney World and you find something interesting and you want to go over to SeaWorld and you want to go to Busch Gardens up there in Tampa Bay, and maybe you want to go over to Universal Studios for a day, that Disney trip and that trip that you have in your Disney is there. That Disney trip is set. That's set for you. That other stuff you're going to pay extra for. So these people are going to go, and they're going to go on hunting trips, and they're going to do stuff. Then they're going to get their trip. They're going to get what they need, and then they're going to see other stuff. They're going to have to pay for the other stuff. So it's a $65,000 thing they've auctioned off, a $45,000 one. You know, so that's just the trip to hunt. That doesn't count all the rest of the stuff. And I don't know if it includes a hotel. I can't find anything up here. Because I have to be a rich human being. And I have to be a hunter. And I have to be somebody that understands hunting and understands all of this stuff. And I don't. I don't understand any of it. So, since I don't do that, And so I'm not one of these people that know this stuff. I am not in the loop. I am not in the system. I'm not in the progressive nature of this stuff. And quite frankly, I don't know how whatever you want to call it, how it is done. I don't know how people do that stuff. So I don't really know if it's legal. I don't really know if it's optimal. I don't really know if something like this should be going on. And I don't know how to, I don't really know what to do about it. I don't know the ins and outs of this stuff. So, since I don't know this stuff, and since I don't know what I'm doing, it's very functionable here, that the functionality of it all, I guess. I'm not probably getting the good information I need, but from what I got online, in other words, this is a trip. They go out there, they do it, they find themselves, they like what they're doing, and if you hear the dings in the background, it is because people are doing the chat and trying to send me messages on Facebook. They've heard about it. So they're trying to get these people to do these trips and to have these things, and it doesn't work. It works, and you know, here I go babbling about it again. But here, these activist groups don't want this stuff to happen. Well, I know one of the activist groups. I know two people in the activist groups. And like I said, let's go and tell them what they can do on their vacation. Let's go and tell them what they're going to do and how they're going to spend their money. And let's see them yell and scream at us and bicker and batter, and oh, you'll never hear the end of it. So why are they telling another human being how to spend their vacation time and what they're going to do on their vacation? And if these things are illegal, if it is illegal to go out and hunt polar bear, if it's illegal to shoot animals in the wild like this, like leopards and lions and zebra, then and grizzly bear or antelope or elk and moose, alligator, then perhaps there should be more than just an activist group on this case. There should be governments, lawyers, and law enforcement officials, and other things involved with this thing, and get these people to stop doing this crazy stuff they're doing. But again, how do you know it's illegal? How do you know it's not supposed to be done? Because these people are doing it. They're rich. Or maybe they're not rich. Maybe they just saved up a lot of money and wanted to spend it. Maybe they got a loan. Maybe they won in a casino. Who knows? But I would think there'd be other agencies, government agencies, law enforcement agencies, private agencies, away from the animal activists, like the American Humane Society, for instance, the American Animal Welfare, or whatever that is. They're kind of private organizations that keep track of animals and stuff, and the rights of animals, instead of some crazy protection group. And these crazy protection groups are not doing what they're supposed to. They're not doing it the right way. They're not doing it the fundamental way. They're not doing it accessibly the way they should be doing it. So, a lot of them should be stopped. A lot of them should be reprimanded, and laws against what they're doing too. I've seen some of the stuff they do. I've seen some of the hatred they have when they do stuff. It both sides. Killing the animal and fighting for the animal's rights is wrong in this instance because of the way they're doing it. They're doing it wrong. They're doing it disgustingly. They're coming after people. I've seen them get into fist fights. I've seen them spit at people. I've seen these activists do a lot of stuff that's wrong. And then again, if the animal person is doing something wrong against the animals, and both parties are wrong. So why not get the regular law enforcement, private agencies that do this as their specialty, and government agencies after these people? They're hunting animals. They're illegally hunting animals. They're protected animals. Then we need to have it stopped. But obviously they're not, because obviously they're going on trips and they're doing stuff that's legal. I don't know. There's two sides of that story. Oh, the poor animal gets shot. Okay, yeah. Well, they're eating it. They're using its fur. They're doing something, because I know Native American tribes, or Eskimo tribes, or Canadian Aborigines, the people that live up there with the polar bears, will eat them. They'll use their fur. They'll use their fat for heating. They'll do a lot of things to help themselves get better and live a better life, a productive life. Moose and everything else can be food. So it's productive. So I don't understand. In Africa, the African tribes use these animals. There's leopard skin clothes, lions' hides, zebra hides for their homes. Native Americans used bear skins for their hides. The Native Americans in the South used alligator hides and alligator meat to eat. So I don't see on that part of it why it's bad. If the person's using it or giving it to these people, maybe they go out and hunt and they say, I just want the head on my wall. The rest of the meat gets handed to a tribe, and they can eat for, some odd months. What is it, 3 months? A bear can go for 5 months worth of food. So, 6 months, these tribes are tended for and cared for by these animals. Products that the animals have given to them. So, and that's the way life goes. Things are killed and other things use it. So I don't know. It's really a tough situation to judge, but I have a right to say what I want to about it, and that's what I said about it. If you want to write me emails and write me hate mail, then go right ahead. Please note that I'm going on information that I found and I read and I know about your organization too. So if you want to have a conversation about this, come up on my show, become a guest, and talk about your protection agency. But I'm going to bring up the topic that I've seen in my life of what you've done. Now, I know you won't come on this show. I know the other protection agency won't come on this show. The other one, I don't know if they will or not. And then there's 2 European ones. I know the one girl would, but she needs direction from a higher up. And the higher up said they're not going to allow it because it could be slander, it could be this, it could be that. Oh, we come up with a lot of excuses not to get free publicity. But we'll come up with 1,000 excuses to go after somebody and tell them how to live their life and where they can vacation and what they do on their vacation, right? And it's funny, the European group is not on these people's cases. They're not on their case at all. So I would think that if you are in Africa and Europe and you're hunting exotic animals and stuff, these activists would be after you too. Because one animal activist believes what the other one believes, right? No, they don't. The crazy ones are going after this group. The crazy ones are telling people what to do and trying to spit at them and everything else. And I've mentioned it. I've sent a video to them. Sent a video to the local law enforcement, who the sheriff's department then was there the next day and told them to leave, and the girls spit at the officer. Now, if you're going to spit at a sheriff's deputy trying to protect an animal, that's stupid, because then you're going to get hauled away. She got arrested. Good. Okay, that's what you get. And then she wants to go claim on the website that they arrested her for no reason at all and wanted to let the animals get hurt. Yeah, okay. Because the sheriff, I saw them. It was a circus performance. I saw the sheriff go and check all the animals. And I saw him give the guy with the elephant some paperwork. So maybe they found some illegal things. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get involved with that part of it, but I did when I saw her spitting at people outside. My job at the time was in the back of the arena to do other things. So I did my job, but it was all brought notice that she was spitting at people and spit at one of the security, the arena personnel. So of course, us people who are working there are going to go out and defend. Another cough is coming up. Hang on. Going to defend another human being from being spit on and hurt. So that's what we did. But anyways, well, let's get into my cold again. I'm going for 2 hours. I don't think I can handle this anymore. I don't think I can go anymore. So I think I'm going to cut the show. I think I'm going to cut it short. We normally go for 2.5, 3 hours. We're trying to get a 3-4 hour program out of this to have a full podcast. But I don't know today if I can do it or not. I'm trying and I can't. So my sickness is catching up with me. It's getting really bad, as you can tell between the pauses. As I step away from the mic to cough, and I try to step away from the mic to do stuff, it's not making it. So, anyways, folks, my email, cwlawrence, CWLAWRENCE01 is where you can find me, and to our website is back up and running. Our phone number is 607-238-3816. You can also leave messages on there. We'll try to get back to you if you leave a message and you're kind and you're nice to us. All the hate messages, I'm probably going to record them and play them on my show. Another cough for everybody to hear and for everybody to key in on, so they know how dumb you are, because that's disgusting. Your negativity on my phone line should not be tolerated. And it's not going to be tolerated. Period. Anyways, this is the end of this show. I've tried my very best, folks. I tried. I did it. I tried it. I did it. We at least got a show out here. Let's see how it goes at the doctor's office. Let's see what happens to me. Let's see if I come back and I live through it. Anyways, again, my email, cwlawrence01@gmail.com. Phone 607-238-3816. And that's how you can get a hold of me while my website's down. Folks, thank you for listening to the Brother Wade program. Thank you for not getting down my back when I missed some shows. And I will see you all next time.